Hey everyone, welcome back to my Dentistry Tuesdays, and thanks for being patient and waiting for me till this week. I was sick for the last couple of weeks, but now I'm much better. Today's topic is sleep apnea. Before I get into it, please like and subscribe to my channel here. It helps me grow my base. Also, if you want to know what the prime healthcare products that I recommend to maintain that healthy smile, please do check out the link in my profile under the oral care section. Now let's get into it. Sleep apnea. What is it? Basically, sleep apnea is where you stop breathing in the middle of the night or throughout the night. It is very dangerous because you may stop breathing for an extended period of time and you may never wake up, meaning that you could die from this. That's why it's so serious. Some of the symptoms is that you're just not sleeping very well. You just don't feel like you get that restful sleep, and you're tired all the time when you should be alert and productive throughout the day. Typically, we find that sometimes the tongue is just too large for the oral cavity or the mouth and has nowhere to go, and that where it can go, it actually slumps backwards. And when that does, and that happens when you're trying to get that restful sleep at night, it just clogs the airway and you cannot breathe. Another sign is sometimes people, even like myself, where I'm not necessarily overweight, but the airway that we are born with is very narrow. And so therefore we cannot breathe very easily. If you have a pipe that's really wide, the air can go through very easily. But if the pipe's really narrow, it's going to be really constricted and it takes a lot of force to draw in the air that you need to breathe. In the recent past, the way you get diagnosed is you would go ask your primary care doctor maybe and ask to do a sleep center study where you actually go to a facility, you sleep overnight, they hook you up with all these monitors, and they start to monitor and see what you do throughout the night. And we find that the people who have sleep apnea, they'll have several episodes per hour where they actually stop breathing. And one of the things that we actually see is that you give them a CPAP machine as one of the treatments, is that the air is forced through their nose, and you find that it no longer occurs. But nowadays, with the smartphones getting so smart, that there's apps nowadays that you may be able to utilize and help record yourself in your own home to see what the sounds sound like throughout the night and to help give you a preliminary indication whether you have sleep apnea or not. Go visit your app store according to your iPhone or your Android phone to find out more details. What are some of the treatments for sleep apnea? And I just alluded to it just a little bit ago, is that sometimes the medical doctors like to make you use a CPAP machine where there's a little nose cannula that actually forces air into your mouth. The ideal is you actually have your mouth closed throughout the night so the air can go in and then come out. Most of my patients, they have the biggest complaint where they just don't like to travel. It's so cumbersome, the setup and all that stuff. I can feel for them. And so an alternative is a mandibular, which is your lower jaw advancement device, or MAD. And what this does, it helps draw your lower jaw forward, which also pulls your tongue forward to prevent it from slumping backwards to clog the airway and to therefore stop breathing. So it helps maintain a decent patent airway so you can breathe through the night. It's just like a retainer. It's kind of robust if it's upper and bottom at the same time. It pulls your lower jaw forward, like that. And so what it does is also, again, pulls your tongue forward to keep it away from getting into the back of the mouth to close the airway. And so my patients find that so much better to utilize because they can travel with it and it's much smaller. They just pop it in the mouth. But, as dentists, we're not legally allowed to diagnose sleep apnea. That's a medical term, save for the medical field. But if we can assist in the treatment, that's where us dentists can come in and maybe recommend an alternative treatment to the CPAP machine, where we recommend a mandibular advancement device. So if you're wondering why you're not getting restful sleep, but you sleep many hours and you're like thinking, I should get restful sleep by then, see what happens. Download an app to help record the sounds at nighttime, see what it says. If it gives you an indication that you have sleep apnea, then I would upscale it to your primary care physician and open the discussion with them. If you have any questions about what I'm presenting, I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Leave me a comment, a DM, what have you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Again, if you'd like to know what the products I highly recommend on a daily basis to maintain that really healthy smile, do check out the link in my profile under the oral care section. I would really appreciate it very much. If you have any other topics that you wish me to present, let me know. I'd be happy to maybe present it next time. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.